operators in C#. The operators in C# can be split into 4 major groups: the arithmetic operators, relational operators, increment and decrement operators, and the logical operators. I will try to cover each one of these groups briefly so you can understand how they work and how to use them in your code. Let's start with the arithmetic operators, which should be quite easy to understand. This is basic math. Here's a sample code where we have 2 variables, a and b. A is equal to 5, b is equal to 3. The first one is the addition operator. Basically, a plus b should give us 8. The second one is the difference. A minus b should give us 2. The third one, we have the multiplication. If you multiply 5 by 3, you should get 15. The next one is division. The division operator divides the first operand by the second operand and returns the quotient. When you divide 5 by 3, and if we want to round it up to the second decimal point, we're going to get 1.67. And the last one is the modulus operator. The modulus operator returns the remainder of the division between the 2 operands. In our case, we have the variable a, which is 5, and the variable b, which is 3, and the modulus should return 2. If we change a to be equal to 6, then the modulus is going to be 0, because 6 can be divided by 3, and we get a whole number, so there's nothing left. If we change a to 7, then the modulus should return 1. Since 2 times 3 gives us 6, but a is 7, that means there is 1 left. Groups of relational operators. Again, we have 2 variables, a and b, with the same values, 5 and 3. The equality operator will compare the 2 variables and return true if they're equal and false if they're not. This is rather straightforward. The second operator is not equal and is going to return true when the 2 variables are different and false otherwise. Then we have the next 2 operators, the greater than and less than. The greater than operator will return true if a is greater than b, and the less than operator will return true if a is less than b. And then we have the last 2 relational operators, which are actually greater than or equal and less than or equal. The difference here is, let's say a is 4 and b is also 4, then greater than or equal should return true since these 2 variables are equal. The next group of operators in C# are the increment and decrement operators. Again, we have 2 variables, a and b, assigned the values of 5 and 3 respectively. And the first operator is the increment operator, which is like 2 plus signs. This operator increases the value of the variable by 1. Now this is quite important to understand. The next line of code, which is int increment equals a plus plus. What happens here is the variable increment will hold the original value of a, while a itself is going to be increased by 1. In a similar fashion, this applies to the last line of code, which is int decrement equals b minus minus. The variable decrement will hold the original value of b, which is 3, and the variable b will now hold the value of 2. The last group of operators in C# are the logical operators. Again, we have the same 2 variables a and b, and the first line of code that explains the logical AND operator. The logical AND operator returns true if both the left and the right operands are actually true, and false otherwise. Then the next one, logical OR operator, will return true if either the left or the right operand are true. And the last operator is the logical NOT operator, which basically negates the Boolean value of the operand. So if you take a look at the last line of code, bool logical NOT equals exclamation mark, and then in the brackets we have a greater than 0. Even though a greater than 0 is true, the logical NOT will be false, since the logical NOT operator negates the Boolean value of the operand. This was a very quick introduction to the basic operators in C#. There are quite a few others that I left out. As always, refer to the official documentation to learn more. And of course, you can go to our website, codeprepping.com, where you're going to find plenty of C# interview questions and be able to test your knowledge. Thank you for watching.